Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to an all-new reaction and review. Tonight, guys, we're checking out a film from 1997. That movie is Vegas Vacation. Now, this is the fourth film in the Vacation series, and to many, myself included, it is the final film in the Vacation series, since after this movie, it essentially devolved into spin-offs and remakes and other bullshit that no human being on Earth ever fucking asked for. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about that massive pile of failure. I'm here to talk about this thing, which I've heard mixed things about. In terms of plot, I'm not really certain. If the title is anything to go by, I'm going to assume that Clark is going to take his family once more with both kids recast, because that's been a common occurrence in each film. And they're going to go to Vegas. I don't know if the movie's gonna focus entirely on their trip in Vegas, or if it's gonna be like the first film and it's gonna be like the road trip to Vegas. I have no idea. I'm certainly hoping for it to be good, and considering the fact that 2/3 of the Vacation films before this have been fucking awesome, my hopes are kind of high. But I do also remember how awful European Vacation was, and there is the possibility that this thing could essentially fall into the same cesspool of failure and bullshit that befell European Vacation. I certainly hope not. I am absolutely hoping for this thing to be a fucking hilarious film. The only way I'm going to find out if it is, though, is if I shut up and I push play. And I'm going to do that right now. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Vegas Vacation. Well, guys, I think I found a character in this franchise more irritating than Cousin fucking Eddie. And that was that blackjack dealer. But then again, that's because he was played by Wallace fucking Shawn. And the only thing that Wallace Shawn knows how to play is painfully unlikable dickheads. He's literally made a fucking career of it. Of course, the scene didn't help with the fact that Cousin Eddie showed up and is still essentially about as welcome as rectal fucking warts, but you know, at least now I know. I hate that blackjack dealer even more, because Wallace Shawn is too fucking good at playing irritating douchebags. You know, guys, I was really kind of expecting something funny to come out of this movie. I mean, because it's a fucking vacation movie, and even the bad one at least had attempts at humor that would have worked if the timing was better. This doesn't even have that. I have yet to see a single funny joke hit in this entire film. It's been boring, shitty tedium since I pushed play. I really want this to get better. I really do. But right now, this thing, guys, is looking more and more like a steaming turd, which tells me that I'm in for a shitty experience. You know, guys, as much as I've bitched about this movie just not being funny, one thing I can say, soundtrack is awesome. I have loved damn near every song that they have played, so at least the soundtrack is good. It's just a pity that there's no comedy in this supposed comedy. And that's really starting to weigh on me, man. It really sucks. I think I figured out why I don't like this movie, guys. 3 big things. 1, way too much of Cousin Eddie. I'm already sick and tired of dealing with that son of a bitch. Number 2, Wayne Newton refuses to go the fuck away. That's more a personal thing. I can't stand Wayne fucking Newton. And 3, for the first time in this franchise, Chevy Chase doesn't fucking care. He surprised the fuck out of me by actually giving a shit for 3 films in this franchise. 4th one comes in and he's phoning it the fuck in. And it's ruining a movie which is already poorly fucking written. But the very fact that these jokes, if we can call this shit jokes, you know, are bad enough as it is. Chevy Chase refusing to actually try is making those already shit jokes worse. And it's making this entire thing a horrendous chore to sit through. God damn it, I can't wait for this piece of shit to be done. Well, guys, that was Vegas Vacation. Thankfully, mercifully, this piece of shit is done. Jesus. Fucking. Oh, my God. Okay, so let me make this abundantly clear right now before I go into detail. This is the worst movie in the entire Vacation franchise, okay? Or correction, out of the 4 that count, this one is the worst. I have a feeling that Christmas Vacation 2 will probably be infinitely worse, but that's because any film that focuses entirely on Cousin fucking Eddie is guaranteed to be dog shit. And as for the remake, well, the remake's ads looked fucking awful. So, out of the 4 Vacation films that count, this motherfucker's the worst. Let's try to talk about it, and I'm going to compare it to the previous holder of worst in the Vacation franchise, that being European Vacation. You see, European Vacation's problem was that the timing on the jokes were off, okay? The problem was the timing on the jokes. That is me admitting European Vacation had jokes. This? No. This had nothing I would call funny, like, at all. I saw a couple of attempts at humor, but none of it fucking worked. Like, every single joke was a misfire. Like, from start to finish. No, correction. There was one character who was kind of likable in his own way. You see, Toby Huss is in this film, and he plays a young Frank Sinatra impersonator who sells Rusty a fake ID. He's actually kind of likable. All right, but then again, that's because he's played by Toby Huss. Toby Huss has made, all manner of characters work. The man is talented. So, makes sense for that character to work out. No one else here. Like, guys, across the previous films, at least you knew going in that Clark and Ellen were going to have personality, because they are the characters who we follow the most. Here, no. They have no personality, no charm, no nothing. Everything that made Clark such an awesome character to follow in the previous films is totally stripped away here, because they had to take away all of his fucking characterization in order to turn him into a gambling addict the moment that they land in fucking Vegas. And Ellen's personality, every single quirk she had, all the awesome shit that made her a unique and interesting character in the previous 3 films, is all tossed to the fucking side so that way she can go gaga over Wayne fucking Newton. The kids, as has been a pattern across these movies, have about the personality of kitchen fucking sponges, so I wasn't really expecting anything interesting there. And then Rusty sort of surprises me when he actually builds a fucking persona around his fake ID, and it almost works. I say almost because it's kind of sort of cute, and it is going to make you at least sort of grin. But there's still nothing funny there, alright? That right there is the biggest flaw I have with this movie, guys. It's a comedy, and it isn't funny. Not even once. Alright? I can totally cite characters and say, well, this character was decent, but even then, it wasn't funny. It was just kind of interesting. It was essentially a small, bright spot in a gigantic, cloying void of darkness, failure, and misery. This movie fucking sucked. The big reason is because they stripped all of the characterization away from every single character. I want you to process this for a second. In the previous films, the only personality which Cousin fucking Eddie had was that he had a metal plate in his head. Alright? He had a metal plate in his head, and his life sucks. So, they couldn't strip anything away from him. He didn't have anything to fucking begin with. So, Cousin Eddie is the only character who hasn't changed. The thing is that he was almost likable in his loud, bombastic fashion in Christmas Vacation. I found myself starting to actually kind of like him a little bit. Probably because the movie didn't, because the movie didn't focus on him as much as this one did, and it didn't grind to a halt with his presence like the first film did. He actually got worked into the story, and it was kind of natural. And here they shoehorn in Eddie so many fucking times, and it's not funny. Because, guys, I'm going to give you every joke with Eddie, alright? He's either talking about his family's goofy fucking quirks and what kind of weird things all of his inbred mutant fucking children have, or how he's raising snakes, or he's dressed in, like, the gaudiest, ugliest, shittiest things possible. Oh yeah, and he has a six-pack of Bush hanging off of his belt because apparently you are totally allowed to bring cans of beer into casinos in Vegas. I would never have guessed. He's irritating. He is aggressively annoying, and he's in this movie for far too fucking long. Okay? The only character I hate more than him is the fucking blackjack dealer. And again, I cited earlier, that's because he's played by a Wallace Shawn. Wallace Shawn only plays characters who are written to be unlikable turds, and I think that's partially because Wallace Shawn's face, his ultra-punchable face, and his fucking voice work perfectly for it. The thing is, in a lot of those instances, Wallace Shawn is playing characters who are massive douchebags, but there's still some kind of charm to them. Here, no, there is no fucking charm. It's just the world's smarmiest blackjack fucking dealer who just, oh my god, I hated every scene with him, and there were far too many of those. Actually, no, there is one other character I hate more, and that's Wayne fucking Newton, but I'll get to my dislike of Wayne Newton in a minute, because it's gonna play in on this. Writing in this movie was a fucking mess because every single personality trait we had going in is totally gone, and the humor is absolutely non-existent. There wasn't a single funny moment in this entire fucking movie. The very fact that this thing here claims to be a comedy is, first of all, a flat-out lie. Second of all, it claims to be part of the fucking Vacation series, and even the bad entry before this had jokes. This didn't. This fucking blew goats. I hated this fucking movie. Every godforsaken second. Let's talk about acting. In the previous 3 films in this series, Chevy Chase surprised the fuck out of me by actually putting in some effort and wanting to act. Here, no. This is the Chevy Chase I'm used to seeing. The lazy, dead-eyed asshole who absolutely refuses to put any fucking effort in and would not know how to be funny if his life fucking depended on it. This is the Chevy Chase who ruined every sketch he was ever on in Saturday Night Live. This is the Chevy Chase who's made every television and movie appearance he's ever been in an absolute chore to fucking sit through. This is the Chevy Chase I'm used to, and goddammit, I didn't want to see him ruin a movie in this series with his piss-poor, slipshod, pathetic attempt at acting. Motherfucker, you showed me across 3 fucking movies that you knew how to act, and then you turn in this shit. Fuck you, Chevy Chase. I hope you die slowly and fucking painfully, and goddammit, I want it on video. Anyway, beyond him, though, most of our cast turns in a fairly decent showing. Okay, I mean, I'm going to say this right now, guys. As much as I can't stand Eddie as a character, Quaid plays him so fucking well. But then again, that's also because Quaid normally only plays irritating assholes who you wish would die slowly in a fucking ditch somewhere. So I guess that's par for the course for him. Wallace Shawn kind of falls under the same category. Now let's talk about Wayne fucking Newton. I want to make this point clear to everybody watching this. Wayne Newton never in his entire lifetime has ever learned how to fucking act. The very fact that every single movie and TV show and anything else that ever wants to set foot in Vegas almost seems obligated to put this talentless sack of donkey shit in their property is nothing short of disgusting. I would like to sort of go off on a little bit of a tangent here. As many of you know, my favorite video game of all time is Fallout 3. When Fallout New Vegas was first fucking announced, I was absolutely overjoyed. The one station I liked to listen to, the one that had the best music, was brought down because the fucking DJ on there was Wayne motherfucking Newton as he phoned in yet another performance. Wayne Newton, I hope that you die even slower than Chevy fucking Chase dies, and I do not want video. Motherfucker, I want to be there to watch it live. Anyway, I have gotten exceptionally angry over this movie, specifically two cast members. Let's try to swing this back into a proper review, shall we? So, beyond the two worst offenders, the rest of our cast does a fairly decent job. I've talked about Wallace Shawn all fucking ready. Wallace Shawn was cast to play a smarmy dickhead, and goddammit, he did it perfectly because that's all he knows how to fucking play. And the rest of our cast turned in really decent showings. So, really, if Chevy Chase would have actually tried, and if Wayne Newton would have just gone the fuck away and stayed there, perhaps maybe the movie would have been a touch more tolerable, because then we would have had less of Wayne Newton and we would have had a Chevy Chase. Who cares? But no. Those two helped take an already shit movie and make it infinitely worse. Oh dear sweet fuck. So yeah, the acting here is really good, barring two people. Let's try to find a positive in here, shall we? The soundtrack. Oh dear fuck, the soundtrack. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a big fan of Dean Martin. I'm a big fan of Frank fucking Sinatra. The very fact that they put a whole lot of like 50s standards in here, specifically stuff from Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra and other people who made Vegas the legendary spot that it fucking is. The fact that you get to hear those songs throughout the entire movie is the one huge saving grace this movie has. I absolutely loved damn near every song on the soundtrack, minus the ones from Wayne fucking Newton, because as much as Wayne Newton cannot act, his singing is fucking worse. Once more, motherfucker, I want to be there to watch you fucking die. I swear I'm gonna stop banging on about Wayne Newton. Let's, Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. This movie was so bad I just have to fucking vent. And Wayne Newton is just right there. And I've always wanted to just rage out against that son of a bitch. Anyway. So yeah, guys, the soundtrack here is really good, minus when it dives into Wayne Newton bullshit. But oh well, moving on. Special effects. It's not often I get to talk about special effects in a fucking vacation movie, because normally it's just sight gags and it's physical comedy, and this movie had a bit with the Hoover Dam, which had some of the worst green fucking screening I've seen in a major motion picture in a long time. The fact that this movie came out in 1997, and I have seen better fucking chroma key from movies made in 1987, that's fucking sad. Chroma key is one of the easiest fucking things you can do. The fact that they fucked it up this fucking badly, and it is that noticeable, is an absolute sin. I hated that. That was unforgivably shit. Unfortunately, that's all I can talk about in terms of special effects, because that's it. It's just a whole lot of like blue screen shit when they were at the Hoover Dam, because they had to put in a bit where Clark gets lost and gets up on a fucking tower and then swings on a power line and slams into the dam, and the whole thing was unfunny. It took way too long to take off. Once more, we're kind of getting into the timing problem I'd mentioned with fucking European Vacation. Except, once more, at least those jokes would have been funny if they were, timed better. Here, no. Just that fucking joke was dead before it even started. So yeah, I really can't talk about special effects much. Lighting here is fine, but then again, it's Vegas. Vegas is probably one of the best fucking lit places in the world. So I would have been surprised if the movie would have looked awful, at least in terms of lighting. Camera work here is fine. Once more, that honestly is not a huge shocker because this is a major fucking studio film. I would be surprised if the camera work was shit. Ultimately, guys, am I able to recommend Vegas Vacation? What the fuck do you think? No. Just no. No, when I watch a fucking comedy, I expect there to be jokes. When I watch a vacation movie, I expect Chevy Chase to fucking try. And when I'm in Vegas, I expect to watch somebody execute Wayne fucking Newton. I swear I'm not going to do that anymore. I swear, I'm done. Anyway, no, I cannot recommend this movie. This thing was hideous. This was far worse. Guys, people fucking warned me about this movie, and they said that it was the worst in the entire series, and I thought that it might still have some hope. It might have some promise. It might just be another case of European Vacation where just the timing is off, and that ruins most of the jokes. But no, there was nobody out there who warned me that this comedy was 100% devoid of humor. And for anyone asking if I'm going to watch the fucking remake, no, I'm not. And before you argue that it isn't a remake because it's Rusty taking his family on the same road trip we saw in the first film, so it's actually a sequel because Clark and Ellen show up and they are played by Chevy Chase and Beverly fucking D'Angelo. I don't care. It's the same fucking trip. It's a fucking remake. Fuck off. I'm not watching it. And as for Christmas Vacation 2, which focuses entirely on cousin fucking Eddie, I would rather pluck dead ticks out of a fucking bull's ass before I watch that goddamn thing. But this thing here, I had hopes. And it fucking failed me, man. So at least when it comes to the Vacation series, the first one's good, the third one's good. Vacation and Christmas Vacation are good. European Vacation could actually be funny if you sat down and you edited the movie and actually fixed all of the timing problems. But this one has zero hope. This thing is dead on fucking arrival. This thing is a total bust. I hated every second of this movie. It started off slow. I was hoping that it would build up, and it never built up. This thing was terrible. I hated this. Once more, no, I cannot recommend this thing at all. There are far too many problems, and the only thing that could be seen as a positive is that the soundtrack is great, but you know what? That fucking soundtrack has been used in almost everything that has been set in Vegas, so I can't even grant it that is something which is unique and interesting. You guys have no idea how completely pissed off I am at how shit this fucking movie was. I was expecting a little bit better than this. Oh, stupid me for going in with any kind of expectation. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna go find something else to watch. I'm gonna go try to clear my mind of this shit, and I'm going to pretend that I never saw it, and I'm going to pretend it's not festering in my Blu-ray collection, because, oh, stupid me, I bought a fucking box set. I'm kind of stuck with it. At least I've got 2 good movies out of the box set. At least I can say that. Anyway, guys, with that, we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.